There was a bunch of companies added to the export control list 2 days ago. Some were in quantum computing. So I think that the US government is really trying to make sure that these next-gen GPUs don't go directly to China, but also don't go to countries that could then redirect them into China. Did you get a chance to look at that, or did your team look at that yet?
Oh, yeah. And I think this will be part of the upcoming negotiation between America and China. But it is hard. It's like, if we can't, if America cannot keep illegal drugs out of, out of our own country, these GPUs are arguably dramatically more valuable per unit. Like a Blackwell is like, the size of this. And it's just hard, particularly like, America, we're trying to keep drugs out. Here, China is trying to bring the GPUs in. And it's kind of significantly, I think, harder to prevent than smuggling of illegal drugs. Now, everybody does their best. But the United States, I think it's always going to be kind of a game of cat and mouse until you get some sort of grand bargain. And right now, they're allowed to sell certain kinds of GPUs into China. And I'm sure they'll be.
Should we be doing that, Gavin? Is this going to be an effective strategy? If you were advising the president, would you say, just let NVIDIA sell them? It's a fool's errand to try to stop them because they're all going to Singapore or wherever, Vietnam, and routing their way around.
I think we're putting enough friction into the system that it does theoretically give America an advantage at the cost of creating tremendous incentives for China to develop their own semiconductor ecosystem and, pressure to kind of, necessity is the mother of innovation. And these export controls are creating an immense incentive for China to be really algorithmically innovative. And you saw that with DeepSeek, where there were some real algorithmic innovations.
Yeah.
So said another way, if we squeeze too tightly on letting them buy the NVIDIA chips, they might make a better NVIDIA.
I mean, I think that would
resilient.
I think they're doing it now. They're trying now.
Yeah.
So that's
they're trying, but I guess what are the chances they succeed in your mind, Gavin, in creating something competitive with or better? And then what would that say about the AI race?
In the next 5 years, I think 0. I think it's really, really hard. But over the 10 years, who knows? And if you're the C, 10 years isn't that long. If you're America, 10 years is an eternity.